The future of communication depends on our ability to connect ourselves and our communities with one another. No, wait, that's not quite right. The future itself is dependent on our ability to connect ourselves and our communities with one another. This is not about social networking. This is about giving ourselves the tools we need to exchange information that is so vital, so timely, that it literally enhances the span and quality of our lives. The tools are the components of connectivity: broadband fiber, universal access, hardware and portable devices, applications and systems. Many of the parts are in place in Chattanooga, where EPB, the community-owned power and communications provider, has made 1 gigabit connectivity available to 170,000 customers, homes, schools, and businesses across 9 counties in Tennessee and Georgia. At those speeds, it is not a question of whether Chattanoogans can communicate instantaneously. It's more a question of what they want to say. The brightest minds are working on that. In the post-9/11 world, public safety has become more than a buzz phrase. It has become a civic reality as government and health and safety officials contemplate worst-case scenarios and the best ways to respond to them. The National Center for Computational Engineering in Chattanooga, also known as the SIM Center, is using computer simulation to predict danger's path, applying it to detailed models of real American cities and overlaying real weather patterns and traffic conditions. You are looking at simulation of a plume distribution. It could be a chemical spill, or worse, fallout from a terrorist's so-called dirty bomb. Were this to be a real event, real-time measurement of the same influences could provide safety officials with a window of opportunity to modify evacuation routes and direct pedestrians and vehicles to them, and it would let them know exactly where to send first responders. Now imagine a web-driven, two-way response that could enable a targeted city to send and receive real-time data about an apocalyptic incident. Real-world timing that would allow citizens to receive information in time to change their movements and save their lives. Chattanooga's ubiquitous smart grid lays the groundwork for such two-way information. With a gig of speed running to community living rooms, Chattanooga has a universe of receptors who can receive critical information in time to make life-saving decisions. That capacity is also critical in getting information pushed out beyond homes and businesses to the handheld devices that have become an indispensable part of our lives. Communities thus connected will be better prepared to take advantage of early warnings about tornadoes, hurricane surges, and even tsunamis, quickening the human response to and avoidance of their catastrophic consequences. Other applications are more individualized, yet no less dramatic in their consequences. Surgical care stands on the cusp of a new age when 1 gig speed allows an interventional radiologist in Chattanooga to guide the placement of a life-saving extraction catheter in the vein of a stroke victim in Philadelphia. Local radiologists are already using the 1 gig service to upload, read, and diagnose scans in fractions of the time it would take to visit each patient in each facility. But we are just scratching the surface. Our challenge is creating even greater connections and even more vital applications. In post-World War II America, just about everyone had an automobile in their garage, but it wasn't until the Interstate Highway Act was passed and superhighways began to offer high-speed connections that Americans began to truly understand what kind of asset was sitting out there in the carport. High speed in 1956 was 60 miles an hour. Today it's 1 gig. Yet the challenge is the same. We have to create the applications and the practical solutions that will make us look at our laptops and our smartphones and truly understand what they can be used for. One company is taking matters into their own hands. Lamppost Lab is inviting visionary entrepreneurs to compete for a cash prize by devising the most innovative answer to this question: what do you do with the fastest internet connection in the world? They'll come to Chattanooga, work in teams, and hopefully leave with $50,000 to make their vision become reality. It has been said that the future is here, but who knew how big the future was going to be? Who imagined how intimate the world could become when connected by a length of fiber? Thanks to the SIM Center, the ubiquitous smart grid, the universal gig, Lamppost Group, and the Genie, Chattanooga is imagining the future and putting it in place today. We look forward to the partnerships that will take this extraordinary technology beyond simulation to improve the everyday lives of millions of Americans.